Hey guys, shalom. So, my book came in from Amazon today, the book of Enoch, and I am just really intrigued and very amazed at how captivating this book is. Now, as you already know, the book of Genesis in the regular 66 books talks about the fallen angels and, how they had sexual encounters with the women on earth and they bore giants and hybrids and Nephilim, etc. Well, the book of Enoch also goes into greater detail and expounds more on the fallen ones. And just when I thought this was one of the most interesting parts of the book of Enoch, the Most High started revealing creation to me and how he made everything. So we have literally spent our last maybe 3 to 4 Shabbats studying how the Most High said that he made creation. In my main Sefer Bible that I read, there's one book of Enoch that I know of, but I always have people leave messages on my channel and tell me there's not just one book of Enoch, there's like 3. So I went ahead and did some research and I wanted to, make sure that I had all 3 books. One of the things that I absolutely love about this book so far is that the author has actually placed a depiction of a black Enoch in this book. I'm telling you, these people know who we are. And by the way, Enoch was not an Ethiopian. If you study his lineage, he was a Hebrew. The author of this book is Joseph Lumpkin, and he must know that Enoch is black. He must know that the prophets were brown-skinned people. Now, like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, this is right here in the first book of Enoch. It debunks the rapture theory altogether. It reads, the words of the blessings of Enoch, with which he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless people are to be removed from the earth. So as you can see, the first problem that we run into with the rapture theory is that the book of Enoch says the elect and the righteous will be living in the day of tribulation. So we're going to still be here. But then it also goes on to confirm, just as in the days of Noah, when those people were taken suddenly by the flood, also these wicked people who are godless will be removed from the earth in the end times. So while the heathens continue to fantasize about being raptured away, meanwhile, the whole world is falling apart. Now, I want to show you this in chapter 48. This is the Enoch that I got offline, the Secrets of Enoch. I placed the link in my last video, but I'll put it in this one as well. This is Enoch chapter 48, the Secrets of Enoch, which it's somewhere in this book that I bought, but I don't know exactly where yet. So we're going to go down to number 5, where it says, well, we can read all of it. Let's start at 4. It says, from the invisible spiritual, he made all things visible, physical, himself being invisible, spiritual. Thus I make known to you, my children, and distribute the books to your children, and to all your generations, and amongst the nations who shall have the sense to fear Elohim. Let them receive them, and may they come to love them more than any food or earthly sweets, and read them and apply themselves to them. And those who understand not Yahuwah, who fear not Elohim, who accept not but reject, who do not receive the books, a terrible judgment awaits these. Then it goes on to say in verse 7, blessed is the man who shall bear their yoke and shall drag them along, for he shall be released on the day of great judgment. So we're talking about the book of Enoch here being rejected, and any of the Holy Scriptures for that matter, but specifically right now, the Most High is saying that those who do not accept and who reject the book of Enoch, a terrible judgment awaits them. So it doesn't just say judgment, it says a terrible judgment. So, these people are going to be facing something really horrific. In my last video, we talked about how the Most High commanded Enoch and, his generations to pass the book of Enoch down, his writings, to his children, and generation to generation. And in verse 5 here, as we see, the Most High is saying it again. He says, "Thus I make known to you, my children, and distribute the books to your children into all your generations and amongst the nations who shall have the sense to fear Elohim." And it's like the Most High. I mean, he knows that the other nations don't have sense. He knows that they'll carry that Bible around and they don't really want to accept what's in it. So he just said, distribute these books to the nations who shall have the sense to fear God, or Elohim. So for those of you who are like me and always have read just one book of Enoch or Enoch online, and you're wanting to buy a hard copy with all 3 books plus the book of the Watchers or the Fallen Angels, I do recommend this one. So that's why I made this video, so that you're not confused like I was. The writings of Enoch will teach you all of YAH'S works. Chapter 47 is going to begin with Enoch passing down all the information that the Most High showed him and gave him to his sons. Chapter 47, starting at 1. "And now, my children, lay thought on your hearts. Mark well the words of your father, which are all come to you from Yahuwah's lips. Take these books of your father's handwriting and read them. For the books are many, and in them you will learn all Yahuwah's works, all that has been from the beginning of creation and will be till the end of time." If the Most High is commanding us to read these books, there must be vital information inside of them. As you begin to read the book of Enoch and the Holy Spirit deals with you, you will be forced to give up everything you ever learned from the heathens. Yahuwah has placed the foundations in the unknown. Enoch chapter 47. "And if you will observe my handwriting, you will not sin against Yahuwah, because there is no other except Yahuwah, neither in heaven nor in earth, nor the very lowest places, nor in the one foundation." Listen closely to verse 5 at how the Most High fashioned his earth. Yahuwah has placed the foundations in the unknown and has spread forth heavens, visible and invisible. He fixed the earth on the waters and created countless creatures. And who has counted the water and the foundation of the unfixed, or the dust of the earth, or the sand of the sea, or the drops of rain, or the morning dew, or the wind's breathings? Who has filled earth and sea, and the indissoluble winter? I cut the stars out of fire and decorated heaven and put it in their midst. While so many people are dismissive of the Most High's creation and saying, well, it's not a matter of salvation, the Most High wants us to know that He gets the credit for His creation. He said, take these books of your father's handwriting and read them. Plus more, He wants us to know who we're dealing with when we listen to the lies coming from the heathens. Look at this picture of the sun in the clouds. Does it look billions and billions of miles away from the earth? Does it look bigger than the earth? Let's read the truth about the sun. The real deal is, it's so complex that the heathens would never be able to explain. Enoch chapter 48, verse 1. That the sun go along the 7 heavenly circles, which are the appointment of 182 thrones, that it go down on a short day, and again 100 182, that it go down on a big day, and he has 2 thrones on which he rests, revolving hither and thither above the thrones of the months. From the 17th day of the month Sivan, it goes down to the month Tivan. From the 17th of Tivan, it goes up. Verse 2, and thus it goes close to the earth. Let's read that again. And thus it goes close to the earth. Then the earth is glad and makes grow its fruits. And when it goes away, then the earth is sad, and trees and all fruits have no florescence. This sounds like it's hinting about our seasons. We know that in the winter, everything lays dormant, all the vegetation, nothing grows, but we know in the spring, everything tends to grow up and spring forth. And the reason that the Most High is the only one who can explain the complexity of his creation lies in verse 3. It says, all this he measured with good measurement of hours and fixed a measure by his wisdom of the visible and the invisible. It's completely your decision whether or not you're going to keep listening to the lies that the heathens tell you, or read for yourself what the Most High did with his own hands when he made creation. Let's look at chapter 48. Listen to what's going to happen to people who reject the Most High's writings. A terrible judgment awaits those who reject the book of Enoch. Verse 4, it says, from the invisible he made all things visible, himself being invisible. Thus I make known to you, my children, and distribute the books to your children, and to all your generations, and amongst the nations who shall have the sense to fear Elohim. Now, I already mentioned these verses earlier in the video, but just to refresh your memory, I'm going to read to verse 6. He says, let them receive them, and may they come to love them more than any food or earthly sweets, and read them and apply themselves to them. And those who understand not Yahuwah, who fear not Elohim, who accept not but reject, who do not receive the books, a terrible judgment awaits these. For all of you who reject the knowledge of the Most High, there's a place prepared for you. As my title says here, there's a place prepared for every soul. Chapter 49. I swear to you, my children, but I swear not by any oath, neither by heaven nor by earth, nor by any other creature which Elohim created. Yahuwah said, there is no oath in me, nor injustice, but truth. If there is no truth in men, let them swear by the words, yeah, yeah, or else nay, nay. And if I swear to you, yeah, yeah, that there has been no man in his mother's womb, but that already before, even to each one there is a place prepared for the repose of that soul, and a measure fixed, how much it is intended that a man be tried in this world. Yeah, children, deceive not yourselves, for there has been previously prepared a place for every soul of man. There's good and there's bad. There's hot and there's cold. There's righteous and unrighteous, the wrong way and the right way. Whether it's yea, yea, I'm going to believe in these books and walk in truth, or no, no, I'm not. Either way, there's a place prepared for every man's soul. This concludes my video for today. May Yahuwah bless you and keep you and your family safe. And remember, Matthew chapter 24 and verse 13, he that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. And until my next video, shalom.